Good afternoon, everybody. How are you all? Let me know who we've got. Type in the comments section. Let me know who's watching. Of course, our children in school will be watching on the big screens, but let me know who's at home on their iPads. There is slightly higher numbers than normal, but certainly nothing close to the 200 or so children who have iPads. And I'm assuming you're not all sat together watching this at the same time. And I absolutely certainly hope not anyway. So type away, let me know who is watching. Let me know what you've been up to today. Which learning have you enjoyed doing? Who have we got? Hello from the studio. Wonderful. I did say you'd be there. Thank you, Miss Thompson. Mr. Hall is with us. Good afternoon, Mr. Hall. Hope you've had a delightful week. Joshua's here. Hi, Joshua. And Melissa, Miss Robotham's watching. Miss Allen's watching. We've got more teachers at home watching than we've got children, apparently. Mr. Tummeldy's watching. Mr. Roland. And we've got Lucy watching. Zach. Thank you for checking in, guys. I know a lot of people watch this later in the day when they've got a little bit more free time. Mrs. Watson, good afternoon. Hi, Jenna and Evie Grace. Louise and the children, we've got it on the TV instead of 3 separate iPads. Fantastic idea. I would do the same. Thanks, Louise. Hi to Lottie. Hi to Jay. He's watching. Fantastic. I'm sure more will jump on. Arjan, we've got Mrs. Miller. Miss Miller, we've got we can't see you, only hear you. That's probably a good thing, to be honest, Louise. I'm not sure why that is, though. It says everything on my screen is fine. Is anyone else having that problem? That they can only hear me and not see me? Let me know. Leah and Logan, good afternoon. Let's see. Anyone else only able to hear and not see? Miss Allen says she can hear me. And then she can see me, sorry. Then Mrs. Slinger says, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Mrs. Slinger. Mrs. Watson can see me. Zach can see me. Okay. I have no idea why that's going on. As long as you can hear me anyway, that's what's probably most important. As I said, you don't really want to see me anyway. That's fine. See on the iPad when we've tried the TV, it doesn't work. Oh, that's interesting. Something to do with YouTube, perhaps. Okay. Right. Oh, lots of people tapping in now. Fantastic. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Whether you're live or whether you're watching this later in the day. Let me just tell you that this week has been the most bizarre week ever in the history of, well, probably education, but certainly in my time here at North Ormsby as a leader. Bizarre and probably one of the most challenging as well. And I just want to start by saying 2 absolutely monumental thank yous. One, of course, to all of you, children, parents, families, community of North Ormsby. You've been so patient and you've worked with us so immensely well this week. And as I say, what's been a crazy week. Just thank you so much for being patient and supportive. I'll get on to remote learning, which has just been amazing. But that quick turnaround early in the week, we had Monday and Tuesday as an extra day to prepare for what we knew was going to be a really difficult time coming back after Christmas. We had no idea, of course, that Monday night was going to turn out to be and go the way that it did. So we had to completely rearrange our PD day on Tuesday. The hive of activity from our staff was just immense. And then, you know, of course, you've had to deal with all of that and a complete change in scenario. Which was the right call to keep everyone safe. I would think you agree as well. But thank you so much for bearing with us, for being so patient, for coming to school and collecting your things to make sure that your children can learn. And the other big thank you is to the staff. I always like to say this to the staff. You know me well enough by now. But you would not believe the effort they're pulling together and the amount of work that they've had to go through to get this ready. They are an absolutely inspirational bunch. And I think you are both really lucky to have each other. I think we're really lucky to have such amazing children and families. And our children and families are absolutely lucky to have such amazing teachers. So thank you, everyone, for this week. It feels like the longest week in the world ever. But I'm so pleased that we've got through it the way that we have. And I hope you feel the same. I hope everything's been great for you. As always, you know where we are if that is not the case. I said I'd mention remote learning. I'm going to do a bit now and a bit after we do the awards as well. Remote learning has just been unbelievable. If I was to tell you that remote learning was way over 80% for our first 3 days when some packs haven't even been picked up yet, that's just absolutely phenomenal figures. I have no idea what it's like up and down the country. It's way too early. but I have spoke with our trust, and I know what some of the other schools within AET are doing and what their percentages are like. So we just could not be happier with the start of our remote learning and your engagement so far. So thank you for that as well. The government's narrative has very much changed on remote learning. Back in March, it was brand new. A lot of the worry, of course, was about shutting down the education setting as opposed to what the educational offer was going to look like. Now, very much they've had time to prepare. And of course, we've been going through remote learning for nearly a year now because people have had to isolate at different times. So the expectations for remote learning are a lot higher than they used to be, a lot higher from the DFE, a lot higher from our local authority, from our trust. And of course, they've continued to be high within our own school as well. So please keep working with us for remote learning. If anything goes wrong, I know over the last couple of days, there've been some iPad issues we've needed to sort. That is absolutely fine. Bring the iPad in. We can sort it out quickly from our point of view, and hopefully within minutes as well. Such as some of the expertise we have here. But the biggest message is just work with us. Anything that goes wrong, phone us, email us, text us, pop in, come and see us. School is open, although we've a small staff and a small number of children. Moving on to the awards, and let's celebrate for good and for real here. Certificates for Remarkable Reader and Star of the Week will be on your Seesaw accounts. Nursery children, so nursery, we don't normally include nursery because they don't do full-time school, but we are because their remote learning is absolutely amazing. So nursery, your certificates will go on to Marvelous Me. And if you don't have a Marvelous Me account, that's fine. We can either set you one up, or we can send it on Facebook, Twitter. We can email it to you, or we could send it on one of your siblings. If you have a sibling in our school, we could send it on their Seesaw account. So work with us and let us know whether you're picking those certificates up or not. I have some extra special news, because Remarkable Readers, normally you would get a Remarkable Reader token and pay a visit to our Remarkable Reading robot to get a Remarkable book. Obviously, most of you aren't here and you're not going to be able to do that. So what your teachers are going to do, if you are the winner of the Remarkable Reader reward, your teacher's going to choose your book for you, and we're going to post it to your house. We're going to make sure we sanitize our hands. We're going to make sure the envelope and the jiffy bag we put it in has quarantined for long enough to be safe. And we are going to send your book to you so that you have your book and you're able to read and you get to celebrate at home. How amazing is that? Now, bear with us because the postal service has slowed down a little bit for obvious reasons, but that will be one of the first things that we do every Monday, is send off your Remarkable Reader book to you, because that's what you deserve for being a Remarkable Reader. Isn't that amazing? So without further ado, let's crack on with Remarkable Readers. And I'm going to start with some Remarkable reading in nursery, because we have a young man who has been drawing a fabulous picture of his favorite part of a story. He drew a picture of the character Tiger rolling down the hill in a giant snowball. I wonder if you're watching. Elvin. Well done, Elvin. You're our first Remarkable Reader of the week, because you've been really engaging with remote learning at home, even though you're only in nursery, and you did a fantastic picture after you watched the story that was delivered to you by our nursery staff. Now, as Remarkable Reader, we wait till the end to give everyone a big round of applause, whereas with Star of the Week, we do that, and a drum roll for each one of them. So well done, Elvin. You've got us off to a fantastic start. We have a young lady in reception who has been doing some remarkable reading of words that have contained a new digraph that the children in reception have been learning about. And that young lady is Hallibeth McQueenie. Well done, Hallibeth. You join Elvin as our Remarkable Reader, or one of our Remarkable Readers from EYFS. Well done, you Remarkable Reading superstar. Miss Taylor, who of course is new to Nopper, has chosen her first Stars of the Week and Remarkable Readers. She has chosen for Remarkable Reader a young man who's been working hard at home on all of his reading tasks. Should I tell you who it is? Of course I should. It's Arjan. Well done, Arjan. I don't think it was that long ago I was reading your name for Star of the Week, but you have been doing some amazing remote learning for reading, and Miss Taylor and Tim and all of the other staff in your Year 1 class obviously think so. You are a Remarkable Reader and you join Hallibeth and Elvin. Fantastic. Well done to you. Mrs. Brown in year 1-2 has chosen a young lady who's been working hard on her reading tasks and reading her writing out loud in school. You might remember in the last lockdown, what we did is we separated remote learning awards and in-school awards. We're not going to do that this time. We're just going to choose from the same pool of children, whether they're here in school or whether they are at home. We're just going to look at the quality of learning that's been going on. So this young lady's been working hard in school on reading and writing, and it is Charlotte Watson. Well done, Charlotte. I know you're watching in the studio. Congratulations to you. You are a remarkable reader. You joined Arjan, Hallie Beth, and Elvin as one of our remarkable readers. Congratulations to you. And no doubt, just like in the chat, you're getting lots and lots of rounds of applause in the studio just behind me. Moving on to Mrs. Dixon's year 2 class, another young man this time, who was a remarkable reader for listening to all of the class story videos and then telling us how much he's been enjoying them as part of his home learning. Well done to Jackson Cooley-Davis. Well done, Jackson. You are a remarkable reader for fantastic engagement at home and letting us know how much you're enjoying reading. Well done to you, you superstar. Your certificate, just like the other children I've mentioned, will be on Seesaw very, very soon, or sent to you if you're a nursery via Marvelous Me. And you will be getting a book chosen by your teacher from the Remarkable Reading Robot in the post next week. I'm so excited about that part. I think it's amazing. Moving into Key Stage 2, we've got Miss Thompson. We have a young man who has been showing some good comprehension skills, and this young man's been rereading the text to make sure he improves his answers. Very specific, some very good comprehension and very good reading strategy by the sounds of it. And it is Zach Hatch. Well done, Zach. You are a remarkable reader. Certificate and a book on the way to you. Fantastic achievement. You joined Jackson, Charlotte, Arjan, Hallie, Beth, and Elvin as one of our remarkable readers so far. Congratulations. Mr. Slinger's class, another young man, this time for the remarkable effort he's been putting into his phonics work this week. A huge congratulations and well done to Mrs. Slinger's Eric. Well done, Eric. It's the first time I've said your name for one of these awards, so congratulations. And you know what? Well done for getting so engaged and for concentrating so hard on your remote learning and your phonics in particular. What a fantastic and remarkable reward and award that is. Well done, Eric. I'm very, very pleased to see your name on there. Miss Tumbldee's year 4 class for practicing reading out loud with expression and working hard on all of her reading tasks. We have Ava Scarlett Silcox. Well done, Ava Scarlett. You are a remarkable reader. Your certificate and your book is on its way to you, just like it is to Eric and Zach and Jackson and Charlotte, Arjan, Hallie Beth, and to Elvin, who are all remarkable readers. Well done, Ava Scarlett. 3 to go, Mr. Hall's class. We have a young lady who's been using expression when reading about storks. And that young lady is Katie Nettleton. Well done, Katie. You join the growing list today of remarkable readers. Your certificate's on its way to you, as well as a book chosen by Mr. Hall and the Phase 3 staff next week. Well done to you, Katie. Another young lady from Mrs. Frost, this time for surprising herself with her comprehension ability. And then Mrs. Frost goes on to say, you've made some great progress. This is fantastic, isn't it? Because this is learning that's been going on at home as well. How powerful that we're already seeing progress in 2 or 3 days. So a huge congratulations to Mrs. Frost, remarkable reader, Brooke Talbot. Well done, Brooke. Good to see the family link there because you joined Katie and Scarlett, Eric, Zach, Jackson, of course, Charlotte, Arjan, Hallie Beth, and Elvin. And there's one more name to add to that list. It's from Mr. Watson for a fabulous effort towards his reading this week. As general and excellent as that, it goes to Matthias Wilmot. Well done, Matthias. I know you're in the studio just behind me, and hopefully you're getting a huge round of applause. Well done to Matthias and everybody else who's a remarkable reader this week. Congratulations, boys and girls. Fantastic. Brilliant. Right, well done to you all. Let's move on. Otherwise, I'm going to really run out of time to our stars of the week. So I'm going to start with year 6. Of course, we give a little drum roll for each of these, and you can continue all of the applause in the comments section. It's amazing. 50 people watching at the moment. Thank you so much for tapping in, everyone. So Mr. Watson's chosen a young man who's been fantastic as a role model in school. So someone else has been in school this week for being a fantastic learning role model in school. Mr. Watson and Tim have chosen Frankie McCormick. Well done, Frankie. Great to see you on the list again. If I'm not mistaken, I think you were a star of the week last time when you were in school as well. So well done for being our first out of the hat as a star of the week this week, for being a fantastic learning role model. No doubt a lot of that has been to do with your younger brother, but I bet it doesn't stop there. I bet you've been helping lots of others in the studio out this week. Congratulations to you, Frankie. Mrs. Frost and Tim have chosen a young man for excellent engagement with his home learning and given everything in terms of effort so far. I am so pleased to see this young man on the list this time around, because his engagement wasn't quite as strong as it could have been last time. This is a fantastic platform that I hope he builds on. Who am I talking about? I hear you say. Well, it is Hayden Shaw. Well done, Hayden. You joined Frankie thus far as a star of the week. And as I said, what a fantastic platform from which to build. Keep that engagement going. And you know what? Your learning will absolutely skyrocket, and the progress you make will be amazing. Well done to you, Hayden, and well done, of course, to Frankie. We have another young man in Mr. Hall's class for Tim-tastic persistence and perseverance, completing his maths LBQs this week. So LBQ is an online platform where our children can get set questions to work on, and then all the information gets fed back to us. It's a brilliant system. I know the children really enjoy doing it, especially for maths. So for persistence and perseverance, just like Tim, we have Edward Blackburn. Well done, Edward. You joined Hayden and Frankie as a star of the week this week for your fantastic Tim traits copies. Copying just like Tim and being just like Tim, which of course we know makes you into a superstar. So your certificate, just like Hayden and Frankie, will be on its way to you, if it's not already there, via Seesaw. In Miss Tumulty's class, we've got a bit of a special award. We do, for their outstanding commitment and dedication to learning. Miss Tumulty and Tim have chosen everyone in Miss Tumulty's class who has been engaging on Seesaw. You are all stars of the week. Congratulations. Miss Tumulty has been so impressed with the engagement this week that it was impossible to try and pick someone as the only star. So do you know what? If you have submitted work on Seesaw for Miss Tumulty this week, you are a star of the week. So your certificate will be there for you on the platform you've been using so well this week so far. Well done to everybody in Miss Tumulty's class. I have a feeling I might be mentioning you again when I get to the attendance bit, but we'll see. We'll see. Moving on to, I've completely lost sight. Here we are, Mrs. Slinger's class, for using amazingly descriptive vocabulary in her Christmas Day recount. Mrs. Slinger and Tim have chosen Evelyn Carrigill. Well done, Evelyn. You are a star this week for your amazing vocabulary. I don't remember seeing this, but I'm going to go and have a look through Seesaw. Unless it was something you did when you were in class, I'll have to ask Mrs. Slinger. But I need to say this because I'm a big fan of amazing descriptive vocabulary. Well done, Evelyn. You join everyone from Miss Tumulty's class who engaged on Seesaw, Edward, Hayden, and Frankie, as a star this week. Miss Thompson has chosen a young lady as well, this time for her fantastic attitude towards her learning and trying really hard to make sure it gets complete. Who is it? I hear you say. It is Eden Knighton. Well done, Eden. You're in the studio right now, and I hope you're getting the big round of applause that you deserve. Been so pleased to see your smiling face this week, but also your work ethic. And I could see some of it's rubbing off onto your brother Lucas as well in there. Congratulations to you, Eden. What a superstar. You join everybody in Miss Tumblety's class who's been on Seesaw, Evelyn, Edward, Caden, and Frankie as a star this week, and your certificate will be on Seesaw really, really soon, if not already. Mrs. Dixon in year 2 has chosen a young lady who has been working really hard on all of her home learning, but has also done some extra maths. So not only has this young lady done the work that's been set by Mrs. Dixon and the Phase 1 team, but she's been so thirsty for more. She's been doing extra maths work. And of course, you can do the same. Our Virtually Nopper website has at least 10 hours or 10 weeks worth of maths that you can go and work on independently, and it has exactly the same for English as well. The York National Academy, BBC Bite Size, Evictus, and lots of other companies and resource centres have set up amazing websites and amazing resource packages that you can go and have a look at if you ever need a little bit more than what we're offering, or you want to do something slightly different. So who is this superstar, I hear you ask? It's Eliza Bland. Well done, Eliza. You are a star this week for your extra maths work on top of all of the other learning that you've been doing. Huge congratulations to you, and your certificate will be coming really, really soon. Mrs. Brown's year 1-2 class, a young man for 100% effort in all of his home learning this week. Tim and Mrs. Brown and the other Phase 1 staff have chosen Mr. Oliver Sawyer. Well done, Oliver. You're a star this week for your fantastic attitude and your fantastic engagement and your fantastic effort in particular. You join Eliza, Eden, Evelyn, everybody in Miss Tumblety's class who's engaged in Seesaw, Edward, Caden, and Frankie. Miss Tumblety thought that would be difficult for me, but I'm a professional at this. Straight off the tongue. There we go. Miss Taylor, having chosen her first remarkable reader, I'm going to let you know who her first star of the week, in conjunction with Tim, of course, is. And I can tell you it's for being a resilient home learner when learning French numbers. I saw an amazing video from Emily earlier this week doing the French numbers. Well done, Emily. You did put a huge smile on my face. Someone else has been really resilient as well, and they are the star of the week. It is Joshua Hayden. Well done, Joshua. I know that you're on here because I saw your mum tell me earlier. Well done to you. You're a star this week for your amazing resilience, especially on your French work. We're going to be amazing at speaking French if we keep this going, aren't we? Even in Key Stage 1. How absolutely amazing. Well done to you, Joshua. You are a star. Reception. So Mrs. Charlton, Mrs. Jones, and Tim have gone for a young man who has shown remarkable effort towards his home learning activities this week, and they go on to say, well done. Who is that young man, I hear you ask? It is Caden Ridshaw. Well done, Caden. You are a star this week. You join Joshua, Oliver, Eliza, Eden, Evelyn, everyone in Miss Tumblety's class who engaged on Seesaw, Edward, Caden, Shaw, and Frankie. And your certificate will be with you on Seesaw very, very soon, if not already. Fantastic. Well done, Caden. We have one more award, and it is our nursery children. So we've got Nurseries Star of the Week. And Nursery Star of the Week has shown some fantastic singing. They've been singing the counting rhyme, 5 Little Snowmen Fat. They have. I wonder if there's any nursery children watching going, oh, I've been singing that as well. I bet there is. Well, I know there is, because I know this young man has definitely been doing it because he's a star of the week. So without further ado, Miss Miller and Miss Bentley and Tim have chosen Isaac Sawyer. Well done, Isaac. You join your brother this week and lots of other children as a star of the week. Congratulations to you, and well done for sharing your learning with us every day as well. I know for nursery it can be very, very difficult because you don't have the iPads like some of the older children. Congratulations to Isaac, to Hayden, Joshua, Oliver, Eliza, Eden, Evelyn, everyone in Miss Tumblety's class who's been on Seesaw, Edward, Hayden, and Frankie in Year 6. You are all Stars of the Week. Well done. Fantastic. And very timely. Well, thank you, Diana, for sharing with us that it is indeed snowing outside. Please be really, really careful because there is some very cold, wintry weather heading our way. Well done to everyone who's been a remarkable reader. Well done to all of our Stars of the Week. And just to mention nursery again and how difficult it is, or certainly more difficult, if you have a brother or a sister who is in an older year group and has an iPad, please ask them to take pictures of your learning and they can post it on their Seesaw. And we've asked our teachers to communicate really well like they normally do so that it gets back to us and, more importantly, back to your nursery teachers. So don't worry too much if you don't have Facebook, Twitter, or an email account. Get your siblings to take pictures, post them on their Seesaw account, and our teachers will pick it up and pass it to the nursery teachers. I just want to come back to a couple of things before I'll leave you for the weekend. And I want to pick up on attendance. Attendance has been absolutely amazing, considering it's the first week, considering we had to change tact so quick and so late in our PD, 2 PD day sessions. To have over 80% of engagement is absolutely brilliant. And I just want to say a huge thank you to you all. Of course, we've set the bar now, and that has to be the absolute lowest. What we need to do when we go forward is make that even higher. And I have to tell you that Miss Tumulty's class, there's a reason why you are all selected for Star of the Week this week. And it's because your engagement yesterday, I can't work out the average yet because I don't know today's numbers, but yesterday was 90%. 90% of your class were engaging with remote learning, and we're expecting that to get even higher once all of the packs have been picked up and people start getting into a good rhythm. So huge credit and shout out to Miss Tumblety's class. They aren't the only ones. Year 3, your percentage was really, really high. Reception, your percentage got brilliant from Wednesday to Thursday. So if there was a most improved award, that would be for you. But there's 2 messages here. Thank you so much for doing that as quickly as you have and as efficiently as you all have. And the second one is, let's keep it going. The children have missed so much education so far. We really don't want them to miss any more. And the reason we've invested in technology the way that we have is so that they don't. Everyone has the opportunity to learn at home. And we need to make sure that expectations are really, really high to make sure children keep making progress. It's so important after the year that they've had. And of course, they deserve it. We owe it to them, don't we? What we need to know from you, as always, is if we can make it any better. We know that we've changed it slightly. We've got the new independence indicators. The new visual timetable is there to help anyone who's having a bit of trouble at structuring their day. But of course, it's very flexible as well. So if you're finding it difficult to get it done within those times, please do not worry too much. As long as the work gets done, please fit it around your home lifestyles, fit it around the challenges that you might have within your own home walls, and especially where you've got more than one child at home as well. It really doesn't have to be done in the time that it states. We would love it if everyone could get up ready for the normal school day, start learning at 9 and finish in the afternoon. But we know that that's not the way that it works. The challenges that you're facing are completely different to normal school day challenges. The most important thing is that they get their work done on a day-to-day basis. But as always, you know where we are. Please let us know if there's anything you think we need to change, we need to add, we need to take away, and we'll always work with you to find an offer that suits you. 2 things to finish. One is we've got a huge music competition within our trust. So not just here in school, all 58 of our AET academies up and down the country are going to be participating in a music competition. And it's as simple as putting a piece of music together. It's as simple as that. Mr. Watson's going to be in touch with you all next week to lay out the competition rules, expectations, and what that looks like in a little bit more detail. But I wanted to give you the heads up that if you are very into your music, you like a little bit of drumming, or you know how to use a bit of GarageBand, you've got some pots and pans or another instrument at home, then start thinking about a wonderful bit of music to have a go at. And even if you're not musical, have a go. Have a little bit of fun, get a tie and tie it around your head and become a rock star and make some amazing music that you can enter into our competition. The last bit of information is me just saying that I'm going to leave it there. Please, please stay safe. I'm not going to tell you about the things you know yourself that are going on in the media. You know now what government guidance and local guidance looks like. The only thing I want to say is please stick to it, because I want everyone that is part of this school community to be completely safe. If anything changes, if you have anyone who is isolating or you develop symptoms, even though you're not coming to school, you must tell us, because we have a duty of care to notify our local authority and our trust. And of course, we need to make sure in terms of tracking that everyone else who lives in and around you and comes and might have come to school with you is completely safe. But please look after yourself. Please look after one another. Always choose kindness, and I'll see you again really, really soon. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye for now.